Okay, welcome to the first of a series of short video tutorials that is designed to help you with your first year sampling assignment. I'm Dan Helford and I'll be taking you through some of the fundamentals of the Reason user interface and specifically that of the NNXT advanced sampler that you'll be using for your coursework. Please feel free to stop or pause this video, run back and so on to cover any points that I may go through. I'll keep going in order to try and keep the video reasonably short. So let's get started. I just need to find Reason. So I have my dock at the side. Reason's this icon here, and we just click on it and it will load up its main user interface page. Just push that across into the middle. Okay, so I have my Reason document to load by default as a blank document, and that's how it should be set up for you in the studios. If for whatever reason there are other devices in this area of the interface, I'll show you how to get rid of those in a minute. So you can see that the interface is divided into two main sections. This top area here is the rack, and it always contains at the top this device here called the Reason hardware interface, which is an abstraction layer between the physical ins and outs of your computer and the virtual software instruments and devices that can be loaded into this rack area below, the dark area here. At the bottom half of the screen you can see the sequence area here in white. Tracks are stacked down here, time runs left to right there. These are labelled in bar numbers at the moment. And right at the very bottom of the screen you can see the transpoint bar area with the stop and play, rewind, record buttons and various controls for tempo and so on. We'll just leave that for the moment, and in fact we'll get rid of the screen. You can click at the dividing line, drag it down and just vanish it out of the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and load the NNXT advanced sampler. So we go to the create menu, scroll down to NNXT, click on that, and you can see it loads into the rack area here. Like I said, if there's anything in the rack area when you load up, for example an NXT or a mixer or anything like that, simply click on it, press delete. You'll have to confirm the deletion and then click for it to go. So I'll just put one back in. There we go. So as you can see, the front panel is quite small and not very user friendly at the moment, and in order for us to make more useful edits to the samples that we load into the sampler, we need to use the remote editor, which can be brought down by clicking this small triangle here. So I'll do that, click that there, and just scroll down to bring that onto the screen for you. And you can see that this section here opens up underneath. And the main part that we'll be interested in for the majority of what we're dealing with is the lists of samples and the information contained within this blue screen here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and load a preset patch just to let you see how this kind of thing works. So if we go over to these controls here, I'll just zoom in for you so you can see there. We have a file browse icon for browsing for patches and a save patch, a disk icon there. So if I just browse a patch, zoom out again, you see we go to a standard file browser, and then I can select a patch from the Reason Factory Sound Bank. So I'll just look at NNXT sampler patches, and let's just have a piano. So I'll just open that up there, and you can see a large number of samples have been loaded in to the sampler, and I can play back the piano sounds from the little keyboard at the top of the sample layout screen here. Okay, so that's all very exciting, but we're not going to be using a whole preset patches. We're going to be building our own patches out of individual sounds that we load in. So I'll show you how you load in an individual sound. So I'll just scrap the sampler and put in a new blank one, open up the editor, and then you can see here we have a load sample icon here. Again, that opens up standard patch browser, and we can go through and browse the various sounds that I have on the system. Of course, in the end you'll be importing sounds that you have created yourself. So let's just look in this other samples, and we'll find a sound that's familiar to some of you from my lessons, which is the rooster. There it is, excellent. So we'll open that, and you can see immediately that that's appeared in this list of samples here, and is by default highlighted. Okay, so when I highlight a sample just by clicking on it in this list here, all the parameters around the bottom and the left hand side of this blue window here, and indeed the parameters labeled along the bottom of the window, become active, and they are per sample, so they apply just to this instance of this sample. So in fact, if I went to load sample again and imported the rooster again, you can see I've got two different copies of the rooster. I can set one set of parameters for this instance of the sample, and one set of parameters for this instance of the sample. Now in the next few tutorial videos I'll be taking you through some of the things you can do with the samples, but just to complete this one, I'm going to show how you would save your final sampler patch, so that you don't have to individually recreate it each time. You can save the whole result as one device patch together, and you simply do this by clicking the save icon up here, save patch. Click on there. There's a file browser, so I'll put demo patch there. Choose somewhere sensible to save it. I'll put it in my documents folder, and you can see here the selected file type is the NNXT file patch. So I just save that, and there we go, demo patch. You can see up here is what I've named it. Okie doke, so that concludes the first load and save video tutorial, and you should catch the others for the explanation of all the stuff around here and some more advice regarding your specific assignment.